Pharmacology is the study of medications or chemical compounds which interact with various living systems, from tiny molecules to cells to tissues and whole organisms in order to produce a certain effect. Every day, more and more new medications are designed to fight diseases, from infections to heart failure, cancer, and depression. But the process of developing a new medication can take a lot of time and money, and it typically consists of three steps. Step 1 is discovery, and that's when a candidate compound is picked out as a possible therapeutic agent for a specific disease. Step 2 is a preclinical research, during which the compound is tested on cell cultures and animals like mice and rats, mainly to see if it causes any serious harm on living organisms. And finally, step 3 is clinical development, during which clinical trials are performed. That's where the compound is tested on humans to see if it's safe and effective in treating diseases. Pharmacology comes from the word pharmakon, which means drug or poison, and logy means study or the knowledge of. It involves the study of drugs and how they interact with the body. It includes the discovery, development, mechanism of action, and therapeutic uses of drugs. It explores how drugs are absorbed, distributed, metabolized, and excreted by the body, as well as their effects on specific target organs or systems. It is used to understand the relationship between drug properties and their biological effects. It also helps us in optimizing drug therapy, prevent adverse reactions, and develop new medications for specific diseases. For this, we need to understand the basic definition of a drug. A drug is a substance that, when ingested, injected, inhaled, or absorbed into the body, alters physiological functions, mental processes, or behavior in a person. It is used to diagnose, prevent, and cure a disease. In 1966, WHO defined it as any substance or product that is used or intended to be used, modify, or explore physiological systems or pathological states for benefit of the recipient. There are many categories of drugs, which includes depressants, which are drugs that slow down the central nervous system, such as alcohol or benzodiazepines. There are stimulants, which are drugs that speed up the central nervous system, such as cocaine, amphetamines, and caffeine. There are hallucinogens, which are drugs that alter perception, mood, and thought, such as LSD, psilocybin mushrooms, and MDMA. Opioids are drugs derived from the opium poppy or synthetic versions that act as an opioid receptor to relieve pain, such as morphine, heroin, and oxycodone. Medicinal drugs are used to treat illnesses or health conditions. They include painkillers, antibiotics, antacids, and vaccines, etc. Now, pharmacology can be divided into parts, which is pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. Pharmacokinetics refers to what the body does to a drug, whereas pharmacodynamics refers to what the drug does to a body. Let's understand this in more detail. Pharmacokinetics studies drug ingestion, absorption, distribution, metabolization, and elimination in the body. It helps us in examining how drugs enter the bloodstream, reach tissues, and get metabolized by enzymes. Here, the term bioavailability measures the fraction of a drug that reaches the systemic circulation in an unchanged form after administration. Understanding pharmacokinetics is important for optimizing drug therapy and ensuring patient safety and efficacy. Pharmacodynamics, whereas, focuses on how drugs interact with the target receptors or molecules in the body to to produce their effects. Pharmacodynamics studies the dose-response relationship, receptor binding, and mechanisms of drug action. Pharmacodynamics explains the therapeutic effects and adverse reactions of drugs, as well as it examines the onset, duration, and offset of drug action. The application of pharmacological knowledge in the treatment of diseases and management of patient conditions is often referred to as pharmacotherapy. Pharmacotherapy focuses on selecting and utilizing medications to achieve therapeutic outcomes with the primary goal of treating diseases, managing symptoms, and promoting patient well-being. Key factors considered in pharmacotherapy include drug efficacy, which is the ability of a drug to produce the desired therapeutic effects in a patient. Second is safety, which ensures that the drug's benefit outweigh its potential risks of adverse effects or toxicity. The third is tolerability, which is the extent to which a patient can endure the adverse effects of a drug without experiencing significant discomfort or harm. Then we have pharmacokinetics, which is the study of how drugs are absorbed, distributed, metabolized, and excreted by the body. There are patient-specific characteristics, which includes factors such as age, gender, genetics, coexisting medical conditions, and other medications being taken, including lifestyle factors. Pharmacognosy is a branch of pharmaceutical sciences that focuses on the study of medicinal plants, fungi, marine organisms, and other natural sources for the discovery of bioactive compounds. It involves identifying, isolating, and characterizing the chemical constituents of these natural products. Pharmacognosy plays a crucial role in drug discovery and development by identifying potential therapeutic compounds that can be further studied for their pharmacological activities and mechanism of action. Pharmacognosys utilize various techniques including extraction, purification, and analytical methods to isolate and identify bioactive compounds from natural sources. Once isolated, these compounds are subjected to pharmacological testing to evaluate their efficacy, safety, and potential therapeutic applications. Toxicology, an integral aspect of pharmacology, is dedicated to comprehensively understanding the adverse effects of drugs and substances on living organisms. It delves into the intricacies of toxicity, side effects, and potential organ damage induced by these agents, exploring the underlying mechanisms through which they exert their harmful effects. Through meticulous risk assessment, toxicologists determine safe levels of exposure and evaluate the likelihood and severity of adverse reactions. In the realm of drug development and regulatory compliance, toxicology plays a pivotal role in preclinical and clinical testing, ensuring the safety of medications before they reach the market. By providing invaluable insights into the safety profiles of drugs and chemicals, toxicology not only safeguards public health but also fosters the development of safer therapeutic interventions. In the next video, we will study more about drug discovery and development.